Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Bishop Man, the King of Truth. King Truth is Allah, coming on this. Where we at? Coming on this Culture Freedom Day. See, ain't nothing changed, but nothing changed, but 2 and 3, right? Knowledge, understanding, wisdom, culture, freedom, power, refinement, equality, God or Allah, build, destroy, born, cipher. That is the supreme mathematics. Once again, 1 is knowledge. You must define knowledge. 2 is understanding. You must define understanding. 3 is wisdom. You must define wisdom. 4 is culture freedom. You must define culture freedom. 5 is power refinement. You must define power refinement. 6 is equality. Yes. 6 is equality. 7 is God or Allah. 8 is build and or destroy. 9 is born, and 0 being the 10th. In the 0 being in the 10th position is instead of in the beginning. In supreme mathematics, 0 is last. 0 is defined as cipher, which is the completion of knowledge. So we go from knowledge to born to cipher. Going to knowledge to born is the completion of knowledge, right? 360 degrees. I'm kind of famished. Been running all day, right? So so today's math is 4. 4 is culture / freedom, or culture dash freedom, right? And so that is, once again, is being able to live out your life without conflict, right? Being able to live out your life without conflict. That is culture freedom. Culture is being able to live the life you want without conflict. Without conflict is freedom. So that's simply culture freedom. So, peace to the gods. I'm gonna talk about some things real quick. I'm gonna try to be brief. I'm Denzel and Malcolm X eating the orange and shit, right? But it's some things that's been festering, right? It's people trying to start beef with me, right? Pardon self. People have been trying to start beef with me. From Dr.Umar to Uniqua, Mesa Audio, Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar talk a lot of shit about people being coons. But, he got another name, Ifatunde. Right, but he won't change his name really to Ifatunde, right? He going down. It's just, he had beef with General Sanrasetti back in the day. General Sanrasetti from the deep, the Black Power Conscious movement, right? General felt Dr. Umar stepped in his lane. I was like, ain't no lane. Don't nobody run nothing, man. Let that man eat. Let him breathe. Let him build. Right? And, no one is, it ain't about one person. Consciously, movement is not about one person. Right? And so, they had some words. Dr. Umar and General Sanrasetti had some words, right? And it got kind of ugly. They was name calling, and Dr. Umar, as I look back, it's kind of sleep. He ain't hip hop, right? And so he was on the making videos saying he the Jay-Z of this. He was calling himself the Jay-Z of the conscious movement, right? He was calling himself the Jay-Z of the conscious movement, trying to bang on General Sanrasetti. He called General Sanrasetti a mulatto and Papa Smurf and all this other stuff, right? Then, Dr. Umar tell a story when he was in college. He was head of some committee, and, he reached out to Gay-Z to bring him to perform. I don't know it was homecoming, but Gay-Z say he don't remember that. So now could Dr. Umar be lying that he reached out to Gay-Z and brought him to that college campus, right? This is still a hack, motherfucker, cause it's like that. So Dr. Umar going down, man. I don't know what his problem is. He's to me, if you long search him, he's he comes off as spoiled and entitled, and it's like, he's really, he's not a sports enthusiast, a fan. He's not knowledgeable in sports or business or music business. He only knows education and early and childhood development. That's his specialty. They don't teach, if you go off into psychology in college, they don't teach you business. They don't teach you entrepreneurship. So he's not well versed in these other areas, and when he's asked to speak on them, he comes off as ignorant, right, and arrogant, and he's a he strikes me as the person that has to be all right because he claims he has 6 degrees, right? So and so I don't know if he's suffering from the psychological effects of slavery himself. I know a lot of darker skinned men and women, and they tend to have low self-esteem. Like they always immediately believe that they can't do something before they are told no, right? And so and so and so and so they like walk around with a chip on their shoulder. They got an attitude, or they may come off, come across as negative or confrontational, because they immediately believe they are told no. Now, I just studied something in my last class about racial microaggressions and black people, and particularly not aiming high, not aiming to reach their full potential because of our ethnicity, right? Because of our color, society, so this class I had was critical thinking, was acknowledging racism and white supremacy and institutional racism, and by acknowledging that black people don't aim as high as other ethnic groups, white people in particular, because they feel they are automatically going to be rejected, right? This is the psychological effects of slavery and white supremacy. This is why, black people in all cities and states have a higher dropout rate than other ethnic groups, than white people in particular, then it's Hispanic people, then it's Asian people. But, it just shows, racism is real, right? So, they need to learn how to, and so the schools say one way to, so the class critical thinking say one way to deal with that is through activism. It's through some, like Neely Fuller was saying about noting when and where the micro or macro racial event happened, right? Make a journal and write it down. Then, then the school say you got to get with like-minded people and fight it, through activism, whether it be bans and boycotts and whistleblowing, telling on people, making the world aware of what has happened. So there's some ways to fight microaggression, which is small racial incidences that happen to you, and macro on a larger scale, like police brutality, or shopping racism. See what I'm saying? Or just being denied somewhere or treated differently because of your color or your skin. You got to fight it. And so what I'm saying is, black people, darker skinned people, I think, feel like they are carrying more of a burden of the black struggle because of the darker, the darkness of their skin, which is not true. All black people, say, like my grandfathers, both was very dark skinned, and they never, I never seen them get frustrated at life or just mad that they was treated unfairly. If it happened to them back when they was younger, growing up, I never heard about it and never seen them express frustration or anger or hurt from living their life in the world. So, I don't know if that was the backing of their family and some of the, organizations they was involved in, like the Masons. But yeah, man. So so black people, especially darker skinned people, gotta check themselves, watch themselves, and this includes Dr. Umar, right? Oh man, and so speaking of darker skinned people, man, y'all got to wake up, man. The internet and social media is a powerful thing. And y'all got, I'm about to jump on William Leonard Roberts. William Leonard Roberts is the fake Rick Ross, right? William Leonard Roberts. I think y'all should check out the real freeway Ricky Ross on Instagram. Check him out. If you feel like following, go ahead and follow him. But it was a meme out there. Stop making stupid people famous. Stop making stupid people famous, right? So, this what has happened when y'all didn't do your homework and just let the fake, or let William Leonard Roberts and the fake Rick Ross maintain the facade like he was the real Rick Ross. And so now it's just, and so, he been doing some speaking, calling himself motivational speaker, teacher or something, right? Full of shit, fake. But, what's going viral is him saying, you got to have a vision for yourself. And he had a vision, and it was nonstop work, and you got to get up, before everybody else, and if everybody don't see your vision, you gotta leave him alone. And he is spreading this message like this will help him become successful, I guess, right? But his name is William Leonard Roberts, and he has stolen, with the help of Atlantic Warner and Def Jam and Island Def Jam and Gazy, he has stolen the real Freeway Rick Ross name. How is your vision thievery? How is your vision identity theft? So his message is bullshit. He spitting game or deception to the people. His vision was to become somebody else, or take over somebody else's name and part of their life, and use it as his own. That's vision. Man, that dude fake, man. Y'all need to, go and read some books. Get some knowledge of yourself, the proper knowledge of yourself, and y'all won't need a fake dude to follow. And get inspired by it. This shows how poor hip hop fans are, black people are. Right? That's what I was gonna say. And so, Dr. Umar, back to him, he need to work on his, his communication skills and his networking skills. You see what I'm saying? If you did, he didn't call everybody coons. Everybody that don't agree with him or date outside their race is coons. But here he is, still a Johnson, and calling it, that's not proper communication. That's not cordial or peaceful. And so, he need to work on that, right? And so, I gotta talk about this dude Uniqua real quick. Now, Uniqua, I didn't put out there, I don't know if he made the video to just 15, 20 minutes. Or, he can add it to, some of his content. His definition of snitching. What's the problem? He throw that word around. I've heard him call me a snitch many times, right? I'm not into lying and covering for, closeted homosexual men like Tupac or Beach or Pussy Combs. I air them out. And I just, if you feel that way, if you think I'm snitching, all I'm asking, if you feel that way, just explain. Just explain to me how you think I'm snitching, and I will respond to you through through the comments or through video. See what I'm saying? I know I'm not snitching, and I know I ain't a snitch, and I know what snitching is. So I'm not snitching a little bit, and if you think I am, please explain yourself. Stand on your square, stand your ground. Let me know, be real. I'm grown, y'all supposed to be grown. Talk to me. If you think I'm snitching, just explain yourself. Talk about it in your content. Send me a motherfucking, leave me a comment saying how I'm just explain how you think I'm snitching. And I assure you I will answer you back and let you know that I'm not snitching. So I ain't snitching, but this dude, Uniqua, Mika, Audio, snitch every day of his life. He come out of jail snitching. See, I heard what go on in the feds supposed to stay in the fed. He talking about gang violence, beef between the cars. You know what I'm saying? What the security guards done, smuggling drugs and smoking weed. All that is illegal federal penitentiary business that he's snitching. His content, his page is based on him snitching. Airing out his 26 years he did in the federal penitentiary. That's snitching. Who fucking who fighting over dope. He's snitching. That's snitching. His prison stories, his federal prison stories is based on him snitching, telling on somebody, right? So, that's how it's supposed to go. What go on in prison is supposed to stay in prison. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this dude, but they say, dog, somebody say, dog, you wrong. I got the third party, Beach trying to slide up from under being a snitch, right? He trying to be because I got the third party wiretap as him, Tammy, and the DA, or him, Tammy, setting up Cuff, Mr. Dion Cuffy Gallon of St. Louis, right? That's how I saw the third party wiretap. But the definition of a third party wiretap is a third party listening to your phone and internet, tapping into your phone and or internet. Internet is a third party, but I'm like, so if it's the DA that has tapped in through a warrant through through the internet and his phone, why they call it a third party? Who are the other parties? It's the DA tapping somebody's phone. That's two parties. That's one party, the DA, and the other party is being tapped. So why they call it a third party wiretap? I don't know why they call it a third party wiretap, right? But ain't no wiggling out for Demetrius fag niggery, right? He a rat snitch. Now, this according to Cuff Gatlin, Dion Cuffy Gatlin. Please go to your YouTube, type in Dion Cuffy Gatlin interviews or Dion Cuffy Gatlin speaks on Big Meats. And listen, in his own words, he's just saying, how is Demetrius name in his paperwork. You know, he tell the story. Now, it's 3 parties involved in him being locked up. He believed, right? You know, him and Meech was rolling since the 90s. Made millions together. And this is what Cuff say. He showed Meech how to step his game up when he come to St. Louis and make millions. Right? So when BMF went to jail, when Terry and Demetrius and, the people that didn't tell went to jail, those indictments missed the Gatlin brothers and the St. Louis crew. Some of the St. Louis crew didn't get indicted. And Cuffy Gatlin, that's his nickname, is Dion Gatlin. They call him Cuff or Cuffy. Never met the dude, don't know him. Right? Maybe some homies back in the day from the hood that may have seen him, back in the 90s when he was in the D. But, he was not in jail. He started trying to go legitimate. He was part of BMF Entertainment. And, he was trying to get a movie done. And Tammy Cowan, I don't know this woman, but her name in everybody BMF business. I don't know her, don't want to fuck with her. Don't want no parts of her. Don't like talking about her. But, if I talk about how Leech Beach is free, we got to credit her and speak of her. According to Cuff Gatlin, Tammy Cowan, which is Demetrius' business manager, power. Rumor is, he signed power of attorney to her to negotiate on his behalf with Faggoty Center Stars to get that television show done. But she was, and this is according to Cuffy Gatlin paperwork and his attorney. They found out she was a cooperating source. That's a CS1. She is a cooperating source for the DEA. And so rumor has it she has got people locked up. Rumor has it she used to slang. Right? I tried to pick Blue mind and ask where she come from. How, and she, Blue tell the story that he was, she was buying them motorcycles and they lived in Dorville or whatever. Right? She had some money. She was like a sugar mama. I'm like, well, where she come from if she got getting niggas locked up? And rumor has it she was sleeping with DEA. She was a DEA informant. She is a cooperating source. She was a paid DEA informant, right? Yes. And so she was this before she linked with Demetrius. And so we're going to assume that he knew this. He knew she was a DEA cooperating source, right? And Cuffy say Demetrius told Tammy to call him to talk about BMF Entertainment. And so I'm going to assume they chopped it up, talked about business, legitimate business. Then when he got off the phone with her, somehow in a way, the phone tap went up on him. And, he started talking about some dirty business. And, they was able to bring charges against him and lock him up. And he is in jail today while Demetrius is out of jail. So call it what you want. Third party, one party. Cuff Gatlin also say out his own mouth that Demetrius Flannery and Tammy Cowan name is in his paperwork as cooperating sources of the DEA. You know what I'm saying? And they are unindictable informants. Now this is what Cuffy has said publicly from jail, doing phone interviews with his family and people that want phone interviews. This is what he said. Now the $1 million question is, Demetrius out of jail. Why he can't do interview? Why he can't speak on it, address it? People want to make believe he's still in jail. He was doing phone interviews from jail with Cavario and other people. Why he can't do the same thing and say, oh, the Cuff got it wrong, I'm still in jail, I didn't do that, I backed off. When I found they were DEA, I said no. He got his own self in trouble. Why he can't say that? They were still hot for some. They got hot. They kept rolling. He could have. He's a habitual liar, right? And he could. He should be able to lie his way out of it, but he can't. So, it's no excuse why Big Leech, bitch made fake fag dude, can't take the somebody phone and address this major snitch tag that's been put on him. And why he laying low? If he got out of jail the right way, why he gotta lay low? That's a rat. Now, him being a rat don't bother me, but he trying to include me. He trying to I know you from I know your boy, nigga, you don't know me. You don't know me and I don't know you. You was a rat. What the fuck? You didn't gave up a man that elevated you to millionaire status. You ain't no friend of mine. So, ask him that. Pull his card. If y'all know how to do property record search, look up through his mother name or whoever. Find him and run up on him like Ashton Kutcher and Punk'd, right, with the camera out. Now, I said this on my Instagram. It looked like he in Lil Baby video, and one of Lil Baby early video. He's got a little cameo. He got 5 seconds. He pull up and he get up out the car and stand up. So if Lil Baby, a new artist, and he wasn't, so see what I'm saying? I wouldn't lie. I don't get nothing. I don't get no money from these videos. I don't profit. It's just these dudes thought I was somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Detroit raised me. So I don't know what they thought, but no, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, check fact. Do your research. Do your research. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind being wrong. When I'm wrong, I learn. I don't mind being wrong. So it ain't 3 parties but that's what it is. It got Demetrius, Tammy Conway, and the DA, or Demetrius, Tammy Conway, and the DA, and Cup being the third party, set up him. But that ain't the definition of a third party wiretap. Whatever the case, Demetrius sicked Tammy on Cuff. He can't, he must be so fucked up, he can't even lie and say she tricked me. See, Uniqua. tell a story called Dark Angels. You ought to check check that episode of his contest called Dark Angels or something. And he tell a story of how he met somebody in jail that had some women on the outside that would set up dudes and give them credit so they could reduce their time or get out of jail. And Tammy fit that description of a dark angel. See what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, man. I don't fuck with dude, man. We're not gonna be friends. And peace, I'm about peace for real. Proper education always corrects errors. These dudes too uneducated to understand peace. They don't understand real peace. They think they throw a word out like they Rakim or ending a rap or something. It ain't. It's peace. Real peace is deeper than that. See what I'm saying? Real peace is deeper than that. And I don't play fake peace. I don't play with peace. Peace is real. And respect is earned. If you want respect, you're gonna have to give it. If you don't give it and you want respect, you're not gonna get it. So if you some high class dude, or you believe your status is great, and you want respect from people you consider lower class, you're gonna have to respect them people. If not, it's gonna be fuck you. So that's how it is. And ain't no people, I can pick up on fake, counterfeit, fake peace, fake people thinking it's a game. It ain't a game. So, and it's still a hat, motherfucker, because it's like that. So, no, I don't play that. I teach peace. So, I know what the fuck peace is. Peace Course 2.0. Check it out on my Spotify. Now Hear This by King Truth. That's the name of my Spotify podcast channel. Now Hear This by, check it out. Now Hear This by King Truth. Peace Course 2.0. Looking at me funny, but everybody said peace. You understand? So peace course, I teach peace, and so I don't play with peace, and I understand and know what peace is on all levels. And these dudes that, these famous fake rap that I'm banging on, talking about peace, that they don't want no peace. Trust me. I know what the peace is, and they ain't, they not about peace. So. And I don't play. Not a little bit. You understand? So peace to the gods. And so when I do that, and peace to the earths, peace to the gods, peace to the earths is men and women with the proper knowledge of themselves that represent the nation of God's culture the right way. You hating dudes that think is a game, not about peace. You're not a god. You got to go through the proper knowledge of yourself to understand and accept me saying peace to the gods. So you ain't about that. So no, and I don't want peace. Honest, I don't want peace with nobody I done had to bang on. Y'all had to get the proper knowledge of yourself to understand where y'all went wrong. You see, I don't even look like me in this video. I ain't had nothing to eat all day. Water and orange. Oh man, some snacks and shit, but yeah, man. So I teach peace, and I don't play that shit. And no, I'm not gonna teach no hater, fake snake, jealous, homosexual dude, closeted dude that I had to bang on. I don't want no peace with you. So now check it out. My word is bond. I don't want no peace with you. Leave it at that and go about your business. You know, if you want peace with me, you will have to become a real live 5%er. That's the only way you have to come get peace with me. That's the only way. If not, go about your business. Go in peace and stay off of me in peace. I don't want you. But see, y'all stupid. See, proper education always corrects errors. You know, y'all ain't properly educated. So, do your homework, do your research. You understand? Correct me if I'm wrong. All they do is correct me. Leave a comment. Leave it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm out. Peace.